Hi everyone, welcome to the Sen channel, where we share knowledge and help you grow in all aspects of your life through great books and videos. Today, I'm going to talk about a book from the Autobiography of Famous People series by Birgen. This is a show titled A Strong Inner World is the Cure for All, based on the autobiography educated by Tara Westover, a historian. If you had a terrible script for your life before you came into this world, would you still want to experience it? And what if you've already arrived at this destiny and are holding bad cards, unable to choose your parents or change your background? How would you continue to live? In her autobiography Educated, American writer Tara Westover tells a very real story about her journey to escape her challenging life, overcome all the pain and obstacles, and be accepted at Cambridge University. It seems like a complete reversal of fate, a comeback story. She escaped from the mountains, abandoned her limited beliefs, used education to open a door to a new world, and finally, she gained independence, freedom, and happiness in the true sense of the word. This book immediately made it to the New York Times bestseller list and was recognized by Time magazine as one of the most influential people of the year. Educated is also a top book on Bill Gates's recommended reading list for 2019. Bill Gates said it's a truly inspiring, amazing story. He also started reflecting on his own life while reading the story of her difficult childhood. From Tara's real-life story, we can see that a person can live freely and happily not because of their background or family conditions, but because they have a strong inner world with 4 core strengths to improve themselves. So what are these 4 core strengths? First, conquer the fear within. Tara grew up in a secluded mountain region in Idaho, USA. Her father was stubborn and suffered from severe bipolar disorder. Her mother, once an independent thinker, became a devoted believer in her husband's flawed views. Tara's parents were conservative Mormons who didn't believe in science, education, or government. They had no contact with the government whatsoever. Her father was determined not to send his children to school and taught them at home. At the age of 7, she was forced by her father to help with his scrap metal recycling business. Once, she was thrown off a pile of debris and almost died under her father's truck. In this harsh environment, Tara witnessed her brothers get burned, injured, and even lose fingers. As a child, she used to imagine that this magical junkyard was a playground for the battle between demons and witches, fairies and hooligans. But now, she realizes that it was like a fiery hell, filled with fear everywhere. In addition, she had to live in a family full of violence and discrimination against women. Her older brother, Taylor, was very erratic and had severe personality disorders. He often harassed Tara, calling her a girl and even grabbing her hair and pushing her head into the toilet. Even when Tara was attending college, he would find excuses to mess with her, just to find a way to be violent towards her. She had many nightmares where she was killed by her brother. All of that pain was like a knife carving deep scars into Tara's soul, leaving her insecure and sensitive. A writer once said that when you're afraid, doors will close on you. In many cases, it's not the circumstances that defeat a person, but fear, disappointment, and lack of confidence that make them fall. It's like a low-energy source that's been suppressed for a long time and can't be released. With this low energy, they shape and suffocate their perception of the world. But for Tara, she was fully aware of this. Under the weight of that invisible pressure, she didn't give up. She was very strong. Even though she carried fear, she still decided to move forward. Even if she's trapped in chains, she can still dance. She started letting her bleak fate blossom with life, little by little. Second, strive in silence. The terrifying sounds from the junkyard, the noise of her family, the savagery of her brother, and her father's authoritarianism made Tara want to escape countless times. Then, in the darkness of despair, when her brother, Taylor, was admitted to college, it became a beacon of hope for Tara. Influenced by her brother, Taylor, Tara decided to take the college entrance exam. She picked up books and utilized all the spare moments to silently study on her own. She secretly learned trigonometry and physics. She always believed that outside this door, there would always be a world of justice and reason. After failing the exam the first time, Tara didn't give up. She continued to study hard. After another battle, she finally received an acceptance letter from Brigham Young University. However, once in college, she faced even more significant challenges because she had never been to school before, didn't have any vocabulary built up, couldn't write essays, and even the most basic homework was extremely difficult for her. She often asked naive questions in class. As a result, she was misunderstood by her teachers as trying to cause trouble. Tara was disliked by teachers and classmates. This kind of life made her start to feel like maybe college was a mistake. Even though her heart was shaken, she never considered giving up. To pay for rent, Tara had to grit her teeth and endure stomach aches, working a cleaning job at 4 a.m. every day to get through the exam. She stayed up late every night, racking her brains to take notes and study subjects. Once, right before an exam, she had to endure the pain of a broken toe, limping to the exam room. But she persevered. She had suffered so much before that she wasn't afraid of being tired. Having gone through so many hardships, she cherished every opportunity to learn. With her tireless efforts, she became a graduate with honors and was nominated for a master's degree at Cambridge University. And it was with this same relentless effort that she emerged from a conservative Mormon family and became an outstanding scholar with a free spirit. Life is a process of continuous accumulation. When you're willing to see yourself improving every day through learning, you'll be able to get closer to those seemingly distant dreams. With Tara's efforts, she reshaped herself, and all her persistence was to make life bloom with new beauty. You know, if fate has ordained suffering and challenges for you, then just silently accumulate, silently work hard. Your persistent training over the years is to shine brightly, and tomorrow, your destiny is in your hands. When you're in this vast sea of people, live a unique life. Third, learn to be alone. When Tara first entered college, her loneliness started to emerge. It was due to the sharp conflict between her ingrained perception and the real world. She grew up in a family that was too conservative and rigid. When she first went to college, she thought that female students wearing short skirts and revealing clothes were decadent, going to the movies on Sundays was disrespectful, and never washing hands after using the toilet or refusing to take painkillers for an earache was a matter of principle. She even refused government subsidies, even though she didn't have enough money to pay tuition. Her classmates looked at her with contempt, considering her an outcast. So, she was always alone. Tara began seeking solace from books, exploring modern civilizations. She gradually closed the gap with her classmates, redefined herself, and started living like a normal person. Being alone is a gift from God. Being alone is also the best time for a person to increase their value. When you're alone in the right way, your anxious feelings gradually cool down, the noises that bother you gradually settle down. Tara found her own rhythm in solitude, and it also gave her rational judgment on many other things. Of course, Tara's initial feeling of loneliness came from the school she attended, and secondly, it came from her own family. At the moment when Tara woke up and began to expose her brother's evil to her parents stubbornly believed that she was possessed by demons and having hallucinations. She began to be isolated by her whole family. But it was during this period of isolation that Tara touched a truth from within her, a core conviction that she would defend, and she steadfastly pursued her own beliefs. She started rereading the masterpieces of David Hume and John Stuart Mill. She conducted real academic research and tried to solve the mysteries that were unsolved in her family. This way, after a whole year, she finally finished her first draft of her dissertation and received a scholarship from Cambridge University. She began building a new lifestyle, and the anxiety that had haunted her for years finally began to have answers. Success is never overnight. Behind every achievement is a solitude and hardship that ordinary people can't understand. Solitude is not an inferior or dying state. It's a profound awakening, a supernatural power that comes from silence, helping us to be like a bird that can fly into our own sky. Ordinary people use noise to fill the emptiness within themselves, while those who love solitude use the power of loneliness to achieve success. Life is like a lonely journey through silent days. You can accumulate a lot of energy. You don't need to make an effort to fit in with everyone, nor do you need to seek support from anyone. You can completely silently train alone. This is the best way to live for your present. Fourth, let go of attachments. Lao Tzu once said that once the mind is expanded, it will never return to its original narrow land. Tara, a reborn person moving forward, also went through this state of no turning back. While her family remained in place, whenever Tara tried to hint that Taylor was a violent man, her father would scold her, "Did you come back from Cambridge just to make this family uneasy?" Her father always protected her brother, while her mother said nothing. Taylor believed that Tara had stabbed him in the back. He always called Tara and yelled at her, abused her, and even threatened to hire someone to kill her. Under Taylor's threats and her parents' excessive favoritism, Tara's sister also chose to cut off ties with her. Tara was far away from God, controlled by Satan, and Tara was also the destroyer of her entire family. But one thing that makes people feel contradictory and stunned is that even though her parents had completely different views on Tara, they still hope for her to return to their religion, hoping for her to be reborn. That's the love of her parents for Tara. That love still existed, but it was too deformed. Tara didn't want to break the blood bond with her parents because family is the place where it's hardest to determine right and wrong. However, now she's not the Tara she used to be, while her parents are still the same. Her inner world at this time was in great conflict. She felt deeply conflicted and lacked self-confidence. She numbed herself by watching TV continuously every day. She would often cry, laugh maniacally at night, and run out into the street yelling. But in the end, when the new education she received was implanted into her belief system, Tara realized that separating from her family was inevitable. Leaving her parents when she grew up was something she had to do. A real family relationship will eventually have to separate. After a painful inner struggle, Tara finally escaped the guilt and decided to say goodbye to her parents. She could reconcile with her heart and resolutely be herself. As Tara said in an interview, you can love someone and still choose to say goodbye. You can remember someone every day and still be grateful they're not in your life. There are people who aren't right for you. They might exist in your life in a different way. There's a kind of love that's only suitable for remembering, maybe to keep the memory from a distance. No need to get too close, no need to be yourself. Don't feel bad when the sun is too hot. We choose to turn around and embrace the moon. But that doesn't mean we forget the warmth and light from the sun. Only by learning to let go can you move towards a better life. With a strong inner world, Tara was able to escape the confines of her family and step into a vast world. She discovered human nature through education, rebuilt herself by learning knowledge, and truly reversed the flow. Humans should be like pearls, nurturing the ability to heal wounds, transforming them into the brightest pearls. This life, sometimes the trees will be laden with fruit, sometimes they will be barren and desolate. Only by letting go of those silent attachments that we've built up can you meet a completely new version of yourself. Only by learning to be alone and constantly exploring your inner world can you find your destination. And only by overcoming fear, having hope in adversity, and maintaining faith can we find happiness and the courage to exist. Thank you for listening. If you find this video helpful, please give me a like, share it with those who need it, follow me, and turn on the notification bell to receive the latest videos from Petro version. Finally, I hope you and I can turn the bitterness of life into the great strength of our inner world. In the face of difficulties, we will continue to move forward.